Hey guys, Reggie's back here again for another video for you guys to win your fantasy leagues. Number 4, Aaron Judge. This is a tough breakdown because he has such high numbers and he has a couple numbers that aren't so good. So let's get right into it because this is a difficult one. Aaron Judge had 542 at bats this season and he had 154 hits. He had 128 runs, 52 home runs, 114 RBIs, 9 stolen bases. He got caught 4 times. He had 127 walks, 208 strikeouts. His batting average was 284. His OPS was 1049, 1.049 OPS. Couple quick notes that I made here. Aaron Judge was second in runs, second in home runs, second in walks. His hits, I would say they're kind of low. That has to do with his mid-season slump. After the All-Star break, he had a bad slump that lasted a while, which brought his numbers back to reality. The slump was pretty bad. They don't like players that get slumps that bad, but I'm not going to hold it against him because I'm sure it wasn't on purpose. Aaron Judge is only a second year player. He's still technically considered a rookie. I don't know how he wouldn't or how he couldn't win the Rookie of the Year for the AL, the American League. So that's a couple. There's several things why Aaron Judge is kind of hard to break down. Alright guys, let's dig deeper. 128 runs. 128 runs is second in the league. That is amazing. Extreme. I know I'm saying extreme a lot, but it's because we're, with the best, evaluating the best players, so they should be extreme in a lot of categories. 154 hits, which is not that high. 52 home runs, which is second in the league, behind Giancarlo Stanton. 114 RBIs, which is pretty good. That's really high. It's not extreme, but it's very high. 9 stolen bases. He got caught stealing 4 times, which is not that good of a ratio, but not many people run. He had 127 walks, which is awesome. That's second in the league behind Joey Votto. I did not expect that from Aaron Judge. I didn't think a young player, only, first full season in the league, can be feared that much and take that many walks. 127 walks is very impressive, and that stands out to me. What also stands out to me is the 208 strikeouts. That is a lot. That is really a lot of That really is a lot of strikeouts. That's gonna bring his average down. I remember in that slump I was telling you about, he had a lot of strikeouts, so that's probably where he built up a lot of strikeouts. But that's just one category, so let's move on from that. He was batting 284, which is pretty good, no doubt. It's really good. It's not extreme, but it's pretty good. I'll take it. His OPS now is very high, extreme, over 1,000 at 1,049. So overall, Giancarlo Stanton is a very good player. I forgot to mention, guys, he is 6th in the league in RBIs with 114. That's definitely an honorable mention. That is really good. So let's go over these numbers again. His runs are extreme. Hits aren't that good. So it's runs, home runs, RBIs, walks, OPS are on the upper echelon. That's 5 categories, guys. That's a lot. Now, his batting average and his batting average is good too, so that's 6 categories. So out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, he has 6 categories, which are extreme. If a player has 5 categories that are good, that's awesome. But having 6 categories that are really good, that's really good. So overall, I think he's deserving of the fourth best player out of 100 this season in the league. Um, I'm trying to find some negatives about Aaron Judge. The only thing is his midseason slump after the All-Star game, after the All-Star break. I think he did a little too much, tired himself out, and I think he wasn't used to the 162 game season because this was his first full season. So I'm not gonna take away from what he did because what he did was really special. The runs, the home runs, the RBIs, the walks, the OPS, beautiful. I didn't think he could do that. What I would like to see from Judge next season, less strikeouts. Um, that's really it. Keep the strikeouts down. I don't expect him to have such a huge season like how he did this season, but if he can, you know, have still good numbers, let's say 100 runs, 40 home runs, 100 RBIs, 100 walks, bat 270 to 250 to 300. I know it's a big range, but even if his OPS is like 900, I think that's still amazing. But I don't see him having such a season like this. I'd be surprised if he does. Um, I didn't have Aaron Judge on my list at all, pretty much. I didn't know too much about him. I don't know too much about minors, and like players in the minor leagues. I heard a lot about him because the New York Yankees is one of my favorite teams, along with the Toronto Blue Jays and and others. But he had a lot of hype around him, and I wasn't buying into the hype. I'm not gonna say I was wrong because still a young player, and who could see this coming? But very impressed with his season. The slump I didn't like at all. For a first, for the first 25 players on this list, I'm really looking for no flaws. So any sort of flaws that I find, I'm gonna point them out. Um, so you gotta bear with me if I'm being hard on some of these players. Overall, he's a great player, and I'll still take the production because the first half his production was so high that slump you'd have to deal with it. But personally, I like players like Mike Trout, Jose Altuve, Paul Goldschmidt. I like players like that are consistent more, that are consistent at all, not at all times, but are very consistent and that run. That's a big thing for me because that's another category which brings their value up. Not many people can have all the categories like that. So that's personal preference, but sometimes you're not going to get the extremes with guys that do it all. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. This was a little bit of a difficult player to break down, um, just because he hasn't been in the league long and his numbers were so huge. But you know what though, I like Aaron Judge. I remember the first half of the season he was really good. And I want to know who you guys prefer for, I guess, this season. Not for next season and not projecting in the future, but who do you like better for this season? Aaron Judge or Giancarlo Stanton? Let me know. Thanks for listening and talk to you guys soon.